welcome back to the channel. So for those of you that have watched some of our other videos, you'll know that I put a line lock on my 2002 Camaro SS. So today I'm going to bleed the brakes, and I wasn't actually planning to do a video on this, but where I'm going to do it by myself, there's some people out there might not know how to do that by yourself. Most people know the two-person method, but I'm going to do it on my own. Now normally if you're going to bleed the brakes, you'll start at the back, the wheel furthest away from the master cylinder. So it'd be the passenger side back, and then the driver's side back, and then the passenger side front and the driver's side front. But I'm where I know that I put a lot of air in the front part of it when I put the line lock on. I'm gonna start mine on the front, and I'll end up doing the back afterwards. I'm gonna do the front first. So anyway, what I'm gonna do to start is I'm gonna take a little bit of the old fluid out of the master cylinder, and I'm gonna use this my little suction gun, or I don't know exactly what they call it, but so I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna take some of the fluid out of the master cylinder. Don't want to take too much. I may have already taken too much. Now I got to be careful not to drip this on the paint. So to do it by yourself, you got to have a bottle with a little hose in it here. First I'm going to transfer this old fluid over. You'll see it's not that dirty because a couple years ago I put new brakes. I put new caliper, or not, I didn't put new calipers. I put new pads and rotors on, and when I did, I flushed the whole system. But even just in 2 years, look at the fluid. Normally that's completely clear, but anyway. So you put this hose in, you got to make sure it goes clear to the bottom. You don't want it to suck any air, so I'll push that down. And I'll go back up to the master cylinder, and we'll fill that up with new fluid. Okay. Very careful not to spill. I should have a rag just in case. So I'm going to fill it all the way up. This brake fluid's actually a little bit colored too, so. I'm going to overfill it a little bit because I want to be pushing fluid out to get that air out. And always put the cover back on because brake fluid will absorb moisture. Okay. So now this here is I think it's 1/4 inch hose, which is a little small, but I wanted it a little bit small so that it gets a real tight fit so you don't get no air being sucked in. So I'm going to have to force it. I know it works because I had it on there, but you gotta force it on there. Now if you want to, just a sec here. Okay, so yeah, or this isn't quarter, this is 3/16. This here is actually quarter. This is a proper size. You watch, this will slide right on there quite easy. And it keeps pretty good. It stays on there pretty good, but I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't come off. And I know it'll work because I tried it before I started the video. I had it on here once. It just takes a little bit of force to get it on. But once it's on there, it'll stay on there. You don't have to worry about air getting in. My hands are a little bit greasy too. There, I think she's on there now. I just want to make sure. Now, you want the hose to kind of loop up so the air gets out real good. Okay guys, now I'm doing the passenger side. I screwed up the driver's side. When I say I screwed up, I got it bled properly, but the camera didn't really catch anything. It was just pretty much staring straight at the brake caliper, and you couldn't see the fluid coming up through the hose. So anyway, I got the camera in a better spot this time. Okay, so I'll loosen the bleeder screw. Okay, should be able to get a good view this time. I think the camera's in a good spot, so I'll go in the car. That should do it. Looks like air's traveling back though. Okay, that should do it. Okay guys, so I got the brakes all bled. One thing you'll notice in the video, I didn't quite do it right. You should have the hose coming off the bleeder screw and loop up and straight down into the bottle. I think I had the hose just a little bit too long, and plus the hose when I bought it was all rolled up and it was hard to straighten it out. I tried stretching it and everything, trying to straighten it out. I couldn't quite get it straight, but it still worked. But it'd work better if it had just a nice loop up, around, and straight down in the bottle. But it did work. I ended up bleeding the back ones, but I did that the two-man way just because I wanted to be underneath the car to see if there's any air bubbles coming out, and I never seen any air bubbles, so I never really got no air into the back. And the air's all out of the front. It's got a nice firm pedal. And other good news too is none of these lines for the line lock, none of them leaked. They're all holding up. Nothing was leaking out of them. and I got this filled up to the max line. That's another thing you want to do, and make sure that it's filled to the max and not overfilled. Other than that, that's pretty much how you do it. Like I said, I should have done a little better with the hose. Like I said, should have a nice clean loop and straight in the bottle, but it still worked. I got the air all out. The brake pedal's nice and firm. Okay, before I leave the video, I want to do another shout out to S2K442. He's a fairly new channel, but he's got two very interesting videos up. One is on a Ram Air kit called the SSRA, and the other one that's very interesting, he tested out with a fan and a thing that measures the CFM. So if you got a 4th gen Camaro, definitely go check that out. I myself ordered the SSRA intake. I'll be putting that on in a week or two. But anyway, guys, hope this video helps somebody out, and we'll catch you in the next one.